Hello and welcome back to the BF Bricks YouTube channel. Today in this video, LEGO have released a new range of smart play sets. So these are all for the new Pokemon theme. So obviously they brought out a few Pokemon sets earlier in the year and they've decided to bring out a load more. And these are all sort of smart play compatible or all-in-one sets. We saw that a bit with the Star Wars sets they released. So I've not had a look at any of these yet, so this is going to be my first reactions of these sets. What do I think to them, sort of looking at the price of them and stuff like that. So let's jump onto lego.com, let's have a look at them and let's see what they're offering. Right, so here we are on lego.com. As you can see it, this right bang in the middle, this big Pokemon smart play sort of thing. Obviously I'm not sure if there's going to be videos of sort of how they work and stuff like that. I'll probably have to research that later, and hopefully they sound a bit better than the Star Wars ones. But as you load up lego.com, it is basically right at the start, new Pokemon smart play sets coming soon. So 1st of August these are going to be released. So let's click on learn more, let's have a look. Same sort of thing with it, and obviously this is the sets which are coming out. So I'm presuming they're going to do like the all-in-one sets, and then you're going to have like the compatible, so some of these are smart play compatible and some are all-in-one. So first reaction, there's quite a lot of sets. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 new Pokemon sets. Obviously them buying the rights to Pokemon, you knew they were going to be doing quite a lot. Price points, the most expensive one £109, which is this one. So we're going to talk about high to low. We're going to go through. So this is the first one. So this is the Charizard a battle set. Not sure obviously. So in here you get 2 smart bricks. Overall look of the set, it 751 pieces. It seems rather expensive, but know from the Star Wars ones that these sets are quite overpriced simply because of the smart bricks inclusion. So you get 2 smart bricks and then you get 4 tiles. The Charizard, it looks quite good. I'm not sure if I like the neck on it. It looks a bit strange having like the full square brick like open. The wings look good. Sure there's going to be like a battle feature into them, so I think these, I'm not sure if these smart play sets are even going to turn out very good, if I'm being honest, but time will see with how well they do, which I'm presuming probably not that well. And then we've got another, so this one's, this one is £80, but it doesn't actually come with the brick, which I never get why they do this compatible. They should just put the smart brick in all of them. So you get 4 smart tiles. This one's not as badly overpriced, so it's £80, nearly 800 pieces, so they're not too bad. Smart brick not included. So that basically shows you, compare this set to the last one, shows you how much they're basically charging for the smart bricks. I presume that's where like the smart tag would go. I mean, it's a pretty alright set. The problem I have with the smart play compatible sets is the fact that they have restrictions on sort of the look of them, simply to have the smart play features, but they haven't got the brick in it. So it's kind of like, well, you've got to buy the other set. So obviously this is it advertised with the actual smart brick, but it don't come with the set, so it's a little bit strange. I think this one's a little bit cooler, and I like the. I'm not really into Pokemon, so I don't really know them, to be honest. But I'm surprised that one doesn't include a smart brick for 80 quid. Seems a lot. And then you've got sets like this, which is 60 quid, and that has a smart brick in it, probably because it's Pikachu. But another compatible one. This one's, again, the price per piece on the sets without the smart brick are actually alright. But this almost looks, I don't get how, I look at that and I think, how is that 800 pieces? It's kind of crazy to think that that's 800 pieces in that. I mean, the Pokemons themselves, like, that looks really cool. I'm presuming that they're printed parts, which that looks really cool. You've got obviously a Pokeball. I presume that this, again, it's almost like just you have two Pokemon and they sort of fight against each other. So again, you get your two smart tags, they call them. But I think this one's probably the best looking one so far. I like this Umbreon, I think it's called. I don't know much about Pokemon, but I think that was a pretty cool one. Then you have this one. This one's strange how you get the smart brick in this one for 50 quid, yet the other ones are like 80 quid. You don't get a brick with. Bit strange, but 4 smart tiles and smart brick, 400 pieces for 60 quid. It's not great. The set itself, the Pikachu, I'm presuming that's printed face, but that kind of looks terrible, if I'm being honest. You got some shrubs with it. You got a big Pikachu face in the background. Comes with the charger. Yeah, this one ain't it. This one looks really bad. Like, you've got a Pikachu on a tree. I'm not sure if that has any correlation with any of like the series or anything, but that looks pretty terrible, if I'm being honest. And that one does come with it. Then obviously you've got, what's the cheapest one is that one. So 60 quid is the cheapest one. So only two. So they've only got 2 sets, which actually come with the smart brick, which is kind of crazy. And a few of these cheaper ones, they look pretty cool, and they look like they'll be alright without the smart brick, which is good. But some of the ones like this, again, this is not a good price per piece. You got 600 pieces for 60 quid, and you don't even get the smart brick. So that ain't great, and you only get 1 smart tag. So this is probably the most overpriced one. Mewtwo's Lab. I think sets like this, that would make sense to have the smart brick included, because I think that would be pretty cool. And it even shows you like places where the brick goes. So I'm not sure about these smart play sets, if I'm being honest. I think they basically got the same problem as the Star Wars ones did, where they're overpriced. They don't look great, and you need the smart brick. And the ones without the smart brick, you know, you basically got to spend more money to get them. A few of these cheaper ones look alright. So this is the cheapest one, Jigglypuff. To me, I look at this and think it almost doesn't need to be a smart play set. It's just like a fun little Pokemon set. If you wanted a cheap Pokemon set and you're a Pokemon fan, this is a good way of getting a little set. And again, they're pushing this smart play sort of feature, and I look at that and I think, without what it actually would look like, it would look terrible. A massive hole in the front of your Lego set. But yeah, so but like this is the type of sets where I think smart play is actually alright, because it doesn't take away from what the actual set is, and at this sort of price point, it's not too bad. So it's like again, like this one, 18 quid. For 240 pieces, about average. It's no different to like a crate of 3-in-1 set. Get a cool little Pokemon theme. You can obviously these are printed faces. Seems like good value. This one does. So the cheaper ones again, and this one looks alright. This one looks pretty cool. Got like a little almost like a sushi bar or something like that going on with your 2 little Pokemons, and obviously you then have the ability to put the smart tags in, and they look a lot better than like the Jigglypuff, because the whole smart brick is actually hidden behind the face, and that's a good way of doing it. And this set is probably my favourite one so far. I think that the builds look pretty cool. Having the fact that the smart bricks hide behind the face that is a definite plus. And I think that was a massive thing with the Star Wars, is the sacrifices for the design for the smart bricks to work was pretty terrible. But with those ones in particular, they look pretty cool. So yeah, that's definitely I think probably the best one so far, and it's one of the cheaper ones, quite ironically. So, and you look at the price per piece, so that one is 240 pieces for 18 quid. That seems pretty good. Similar set here with the Charmander, £54, 600 pieces. So obviously these are just different Pokemons, and I'm presuming they will have sort of the similar way the smart bricks work with them. But it's like these ones, you look at like this Eevee here, the bottom of the smart brick will stick out, so it just won't look as good as like the other ones where it's fully hidden behind. So I'm not too sure on how well these will do. I think if anyone's interested in these, if learn anything from the Star Wars sets, these will absolutely tank in price when they come out, and you'll be able to pick them up quite considerably cheaper in a few months time. So if you are interested in any of these sets, I would definitely recommend some of these cheaper ones. This one looks alright. All these cheaper ones, sub 20 quid, seem pretty good. The second you go above like the £30 mark with like sets like this, to me, I mean, it just doesn't look good. And it's got 3 tags in it. I just don't think the value for money is there with the sets which are more expensive, especially when they don't even come with the brick. It just kind of deceives the point. And in my opinion, they should always just come with a smart brick, just because there's only two. So basically you have to either buy this set or this set, and there's no other way of getting the bricks. You can't buy them separately. It's a little bit strange, but yeah. So that's the Lego Pokemon Smart Brick range. My initial reactions are underwhelming and extremely overpriced, but probably was predictable. But a few cool sets. The cheap ones, definitely. I would say the cheap ones I would probably pick up. If I was a Pokemon fan, I would probably go for them. I still think that the non-smart play sets are considerably better, and yeah, I would just be cautious when buying these, especially if it's on Lego.com, because the Star Wars smart play sets were considerably reduced even quickly after it came out. So we'll have to see what the prices of these and how sort of popular they are going forward. So that's everything for this Lego video. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. If you do like Lego content, make sure you check with our regular uploads. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next one.